Today I will be showing you some tips you can use to improve your controller gameplay. I'll show them in the order you would find them useful throughout the game. So first tip is, at the start of the game, you can select your town center and then hold X on Xbox and square on PS5 to enable auto train. And I think this is much quicker than opening the town center and clicking on it manually. So that's the first tip. The second tip is with your scout. So you want to move your scout out right away. Collect sheep from the town center, and then you can use the mini-map to move to locations. This is much better than panning like this across the map. It's just much easier because you can also focus on your scout while moving them around the map. So the minimap is very useful. You can also use it to jump around like this, around back to your base, or you can use down on the directional pad to go back to your town center easily too. And also with your sheep, you can use the minimap to put them under the town center, and this will make it so your villagers will drop off right away and not have to move around to continue gathering again. So you can also put them on individual sheep so they gather much more efficiently. So you can also cycle back to your scout. You can use a control group to cycle back to your scout. Or you can use the select cavalry button at the start to select your scout. Either way is fine. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself maximum resources. Okay, go. Age up. So the next thing is using the quick find menu. So it's so much easier. You can open up this menu and access pretty much everything. So you press the left bumper on Xbox and or L1 on PS5 to open this. And here you can access all your production buildings at the top. Build more houses. Gotta turn auto train off. So you can pretty much access everything in here, and it's very useful. You can select your different units here. You can select ranged infantry. You can also use control groups to even refine it more to make it even easier. So do that. And then you can cycle between units very easily with control groups or with quick find. So I can select cavalry units and click the left stick to lock on to them. And that'll make it so much easier to do things on controller. Select all villagers. Okay, so that's that tip. So the next tip, I'm going to age up and I'm going to build a monastery, and I'm going to also reveal the whole map. Here we go. You can select the monastery, use the minimap to go to a relic, rally the monastery over to it, and then use the left stick to lock back on, and then use L2 on PS5 or the left trigger on Xbox to rally back to it. And then once you train a monk, you'll go to the relic and then come back. with the relic and deposit it in the monastery. So this can also be used for sacred sites. You can queue different sacred sites like this, and then he'll go and capture each one, and that'll make it much easier to do different things without having to focus all the time on one thing. Okay. So the last tip I have for this video is with trade. And also a setting you'll need to enable is this one. In controls, you go down to friendly building selected, friendly building targeted, and set it to the set rally point setting. So I'll show you what happens if you don't have that on first. If I try and click on a market, I'll build them first before I do that. So if you already have a blueprint and you don't have them built, then it's gonna be easy. But if you don't have that setting, if you try and rally to the different markets like this, you can't rally. And same with the town center. You try and rally to a building, and it'll just select that building. Same with units. Try and tell them to go over here, it'll select that unit instead of moving them. So you can also use the minimap to do that, but it's easier if you go into settings and turn this to set rally point, and this will make it much easier. Because now I can click on these markets and rally them. So you can rally to one market and then queue it to the trade post. Rally however many markets you have to one market, and then to the trade post, and then rally that main market to the trade post, and then now watch what will happen. Now all of these traders will go to this one market instead of being spread out to these other markets. So let's show an example. It's still hard to move units through buildings, because if you try and move them, it'll just select the building, so you can just use the mini-map and it'll be simpler to move them around. Alright, that's all the tips I have for this video. Stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you next time.